will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences. Embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia. Through our time together, I have still fast to two cornerstones of leadership: keeping the peace and upholding the democratic process and the rule of law. As you are aware, Liberia, for the first time in over 7 decades, experienced a peaceful transition of power when I assumed the presidency in 2018. Tomorrow, we will witness another historic moment as I hand over the reins of government to my successor, President-elect Joseph Nima Bouaka, making yet another significant milestone in our democratic journey. I am immensely proud that during my tenure, Liberia remained at peace with itself and at peace with its neighbor. Our armed forces, the force of good, will never turn against our own people, and external actions were confined to international peacekeeping mission under the United Nations. This peace, sustained by our own domestic resources, is a testament to the maturity and strength of our nation. We protected the inalienable rights of every Liberian citizen as enshrined in our Constitution. Freedom of speech, assembly, and expression were not only preserved, but celebrated. There were no political prisoners or prisoners of conscience during my entire term, a testament to the development of strong democratic institutions that are now not only hailed as competent and professional, but as trusted and credible. Liberia is now regarded as a pillar of democracy in West Africa and a shining example to the world. This was only made possible through our various collaborative efforts. I want to thank all Liberians, regardless of your political affiliation, for staying the course and helping build a stronger and more vibrant nation. Through our time together, I have still fast. I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, in order to ensure the continuation of our strong and vibrant democracy. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences. I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change. I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change. Actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change. I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change. I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change.
They want us to think stupid, but we aren't stupid. Another day again, we are grateful, thankful to God Almighty who has kept watch and continue to keep watch over us. Another great day. We are in it by his grace and covering. We are grateful. Again, Israel is not faring well. That's why he's not in his down, battling illness. And hopefully, by God's grace, he will be on tomorrow. Until then, the info. So you want to reach out to Israel. All of you, Israel have been very, very helpful, very good to you people, going to the extreme to make sure that not only are you informed through this media, but will meet your need, your welfare. And it's all but fair that you how they call it? They say you reciprocate, because that is one of the golden rules of God in the Bible. When someone has done something for you, you want to say or be there for them when they are down too. Yeah. So it's your time now to help Israel out of his illness. Amen. Strain himself from Monday to Friday, reaching out to people to help you give your life, bring your other poverty against its will, putting so much time, energy, effort into it, and all of those things uh, can have a toll or effect on the body. So he's down now, and we just hopeful that he returns on tomorrow. Until then, you can reach out to him, those of you who have Israel number, just to say, okay, God, we pray for Israel's recovery. Israel, God is with you. You know, or you don't necessarily have to go with money or send money or get money, but just your concern is more relieving than any other thing in life. Just the concern that you show. You want to do that. So we got a couple of things to talk about, and then we are out. The country is tense. The country is not normal. Everything Liberia presently is abnormal. The government has turned the atmosphere into a sour taste. Fear has saturated the atmosphere. Intimidation, harassment, threat, silencing of critical opposition voices, the government move. And if you are a member of the opposition and they saw you with CDC t-shirt or CDC revolution, anything that concerns CDC, you are arrested or will be arrested by the police. The country is tense. All of us are aware of that. This morning, the Moravia Central Prison will be the scene again. Let's talk about that first. The leaders of the opposition Congress for Democratic Change, former Speaker Fonati Kofa and his colleagues, are in jail presently. The government accused them of burning down the Capitol building. So they are being held under tight security condition. That is not a protection, it is a hostile condition. This morning, they will be arraigned in court, and their crime or crimes are billable. That means they will be billed, and the government has issued a travel ban on them. The government issued a travel ban that none of them should leave the country until they can exonerate themselves. And the government has resolved to move with a speedy trial to get those guys guilty and sent back to South Beach. The leaders, former president, except for, the former president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, spoke and condemned that. Former President George Weah condemned it. Scores of people, journalists, lawyers, business executive, civil society activists, and you just name it. It was a sea of condemnation by stakeholders, former presidents, vice president, lawyers, civil society activists, journalists, politicians, pastors, business executives, all of them condemning the politically motivated jailing of former Speaker Fonati Kofa and others, and the manhandling of CDC Chairman Anthony at-Law Janga Kowa. They all condemn that. There's this avalanche of condemnations. We welcome that. We have always told you that the signs were clear, that Unity Party resolve is to turn this country into a one-party state. All Unity Party affairs, a political dynasty of Joseph Yeman Boakai and his host of injured. You have seen and you will continue to see more of that. But we are thrilled by the condemnations from all over, even though we are yet to get any condemnation from outside Liberia and the United States Embassy, the European Union, all of those people, the British Embassy. We are yet to see any right out from them, but we are thankful domestically of the sea or mountains of condemnations against the government. It was plain. The government planned it. They ill-treated, humiliated, tortured, because keeping somebody in jail or in police custody at the police station, having informed the people that as persons of interest, they needed to go at the police station as they did the first and second time to answer to some questions, only to hold them from 9 o'clock to 3:30 and 4 o'clock saying nothing. At 4 o'clock, you charge them. That was emotional and psychological torture. It was planned by the state to torture them, to emotionalize them, to dehumanize them, to create a public show of them. Saturday, because they did not want the guys to be billed, and they knew that they would have been billed on Friday. So they kept them there up to 4 o'clock. On Saturday, what they did not want to do on Friday was what they did Saturday early. They compelled the judge to move in to open court, and they arraigned those guys, lay out their charges before them, and then they brought them out for everybody to see them. And they were taken to the Moravia Central Prison where they are. And there was a little protest. The scene was awful. The scene was bad at the Moravia Central Prison. Scores of Liberians, supporters of these people, partisans, they had gathered in solidarity with them to express their sympathy and their empathy as they gather at the Moravia Central Prison. We had thought that the police will have been a bit tolerant and professional, but instead it was the other way around. The police was unnecessarily ruthless. No doubt about it. The whole world knows. Everybody saw what the police was doing. The police did convince everybody on Saturday all that we have been saying, that the Capitol building situation, the accusation and indictment of those lawmakers was politically motivated. The police showed that on Saturday, which was very unprofessional. There are 3 sayings I will explain to you if you follow the event from the very first minute to the end. You could see the guilt in the police officers. You could see their countenance. You could tell that truly it was by political instruction they were acting upon. Not necessarily they will act upon their professional conduct, because a professional conduct would not show ruthlessness. Here is the first saying. They took the guys from the court for them, and let me say they were proud. They show no sign of shame or fear. They came out smiling. The speaker was buoyant, highly spirited, along with the other guys, Dixon Sibo, Abu Kamara, and they were placed into the pickup, taken to the Moravia Central Prison. No respect whatsoever of statesmen. They allowed them the same clothes, the dress code they had on, moved to the police headquarters, the same dress code. They slept in, and Saturday they were taken there. The supporters gathered, and they were there chanting in solidarity, which was good. Under the Constitution, it is their right. The police created a scene as if it was a war in Liberia. The second scene, that I reached the conclusion it was truly politically motivated. A fellow who was not on the scene, who wasn't involved, he was far from the scene. Thank God we are in the age of technology. All of you, you'll make maximum use of technology. You'll get smartphone. You'll have enough data and money inside. We are in a terrible time. so that you are in the position to pick up things that you see happen. It might save you. It might be against you. It might be against your family. It might be against somebody close to you. You can never tell. The guy was all the way at the intersection of how they call the street, United Nations Drive and Center Street. And the sympathizers of these jail prisoners, political prisoners by Unity Party government, wearing a t-shirt of the Congress of Democratic Change. I think it had on it CDC Revolution. I think they have this program on Saturday. If it hasn't happened, they have it on Saturday. And so he was wearing that t-shirt, but he wasn't protesting. He wasn't agitating. He was walking, not into the direction of the where the scene was taking place, not in that direction. When the police officers saw this man and saw the writing on his t-shirt, 2 police officers immediately went for him with the tear and took him away into the vehicle. Go back to the video. From where they took him to where the police cars were, we are talking about, say, 5-6 minutes walk, about 5 or 6 or 10 yards away from the scene. He was not in any violent move. He was not agitating. He was doing absolutely nothing but walking. But because the police saw that he had on a t-shirt that had inscriptions of CDC, they immediately arrested him. So their contention was, anybody we see with CDC t-shirt, lapper, anything of CDC, anything of George Weah, you'll be arrested. That is what they put up on Saturday, which was very wrong. And then the tear incident, the tear unprofessional conduct by the police. The chairman of the party, who has every right, had every right to move, just like former Representative Akaris Gray was on the scene. And Akaris Gray wasn't agitating, he wasn't resisting anything. He was appealing to the vexed supporters, Liberians, against the ill treatment as they were chanting, to come down. Former Representative Akaris Gray was appealing to them to come down and to move back. That means to get off the road, the main entrance of the Monrovia Central Prison. Later on, the chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, Anthony At-Law, Jangakowo, came on the scene. The video is there. It's clear. The police cannot deny this. Jangakowo did not engage in any violent conduct. Neither did he incite anybody. And Jangakowo, as a citizen and a lawyer can never ever incite anybody. Jangakowo is a lawyer. He knows the law. He knows what it means in such a circumstance to incite people to use words that would trigger something. He knows that very well. Jangakowo, as a lawyer, was not engaging into anything but rather talking to supporters. And the people over there were mixed. It was a mixed group of people. They were not exclusively partisans of CDC. It was a mixture of people. You had people from the surrounding areas of South Beach. You have people coming from everywhere because these guys they had taken to jail are well-known politicians in Liberia, popular people. So some people wanted to see what they were hearing, whether it is true that these guys are taken to the Moravia Central Prison. So it was a mixture of different people, partisans of Unity Party, CDC, ANC, MPC, everybody was there. When they realized that he is the chairman of CDC, that infuriated or had the police vexed. They immediately went to, they pretended like he was engaging in a violent conduct, but thank God Almighty, to the hundreds of televisions that were there capturing everything. They immediately, 2, 3, 4 police, able-bodied police officers, they went to him, bundled him into their pickup. Before then, when Jangako saw them coming, a lawyer in himself, well-sound, grounded in moral ethics and the law, what did Jangako do? He put his hand up like this. This is a symbol, or it means the person is powerless, the person isn't resisting, the person is vulnerable, the person has given up, the person is out for peace, the person is surrendering himself to the police. So any professional group of police, right there, they will not use excessive force on Jangako. Even in a warfare, even in war, once a person is perceived to be an enemy and all of the guns are pointing at that person, once the person puts his hand up, everybody with that gun will bring their weapons down because they know that the person is not going to resist anything. Least to say, in a city, a person who is not a military person, not a police officer, not paramilitary, Jangako had his hand up. All of us watching the scene had thought that the police, maybe Nelson Fremont, who was on the scene, would have gone to Jangako and say, Mr. Chairman, the situation is this, the atmosphere is this, we respect your right to see your people, but please, won't you mind moving off the scene? This is not normal now. The time will come when you will have the right to come and see your people. So please, can you leave the scene? That professional policing. And listen, I have always said, I like the white man policing. Sorry to say, I'm not being racist, but that's what I see. I learn so much. You don't have to be a police person to learn or to go into the police learn. The white guys use their discretion. The only time you see them moving with excessive force when the police comes under attack excessively, then they return excessive force for excessive force. But they will use every discretion respecting the rights of people. You will hear that white police officer saying, Mr. Chairman, the atmosphere is not conducive right now. You have every right to see your political leaders. But please, sir, won't you mind backing off? They will say that 2, 3, 4 times. There, when you're insisting that you're not moving, that's when they move to move you. But they will use their discretion because they know that it will be wrong once they identify you and they move on you and start to beat you and get you out. What we do in Liberia is ruthlessness. It's not policing. No discretion whatsoever. The police in this country, they're just excited, motivated to move with excessive force on citizens who are powerless, vulnerable. The bundle, they force him into the pickup. As if that was not enough, one of the police officers took off his handcuff and placed it on the hand of Jangako and attempting to put the the other one to a hooker on the pickup, but that was the hooker was something like this Mark 10, big, that it couldn't go through. So they placed it in another area, which I can say because I did not see that readily, because all of the officers were over him. But we saw the guy taking up. The video is available. They can't deny that. We saw the guy taking up the handcuff and place it on his hand, attempting to put the other one on the hooker so that he will be handcuffed as they carry him. You know, when you do that to a person, when the person is resisting, when the person is resisting in a forceful manner, you don't handcuff people simply because you have handcuff. It is used appropriately. It is used discretionarily. They handcuff Janga Cole like he was a pathological killer whom they have arrested, and they needed to subdue him by subdue him in that way so that he will not turn against them and move on with his predatory nature. That's how they did that, which was very wrong. So you can see from those three scenes, you can see that it was politically motivated. You can see that the executive truly is behind it to make sure that it happened the way it happened. And then if I should add the fourth, here is it. This whole thing, it is payback. It is nothing but payback. Unity Party is paying back. Unity Party harbored that grudge for CDC government from Gloria Musu-Scott. Get on social media. From the very first day this thing started, you know what all Unity Party people started doing? Justifying that the law is the law, one. Bringing out the photos of Gloria Musu-Scott on Henko and other people that actions were taken against by the former government in accordance with the law. And saying now the law is the law. So simply put, you did it to our people in the past. That your time now. So we'll go after you one by one. It's payback. That's what it's doing. They're paying back. And how can you build a culture like this? How can the police allow itself to be used as a political tool? When the police allow itself to be used as a political surrogate, there is no more professionalism. It's partisan police. It was what Unity Party people saw here, that they branded the police as CDC police. Today, they don't want to be referred to as CDC, as Unity Party police, but they are showing the signs of partisan policing. The leaders are meeting today. They are marching to the capital. They're going to march to the capital. And it's going to be peaceful. They had this broadcast yesterday speaking to their people. They are coming in full solidarity. They are not saying that it is wrong. The government is wrong to charge them. They are saying it is politically motivated. Hence, they are coming out in solidarity of the rule of law, meaning the rule of law must be respected. Unity Party has always, from the very first day they took on the presidency, they have broken the laws, they have disrespected the laws. The law has been destroyed, and it's political power they are using. You want to join them? as we will join them, it is unto you to show that patriotism and nationalism. It's not about party, it's about the country. Do not look at it from a partisan standpoint, look at it from a country standpoint. The country is declining, the country is retrogressing. You can have this country being turned into heaven, but how underdeveloped it is when there is no law. When one person thinks that he is the ultimate decider of everything in the country. Development is never when you can disrespect the law. Development is when the law is adhered to, when there is no political witch hunt, when there is no grudge against certain people, against certain party members. You want to come in solidarity. They are moving this morning. They had the simulcast presentation on yesterday. All of you are aware. If you aren't aware, well, I'm informing you now. It's going to be peaceful, non-violent. It is going to be another test for the government. Let's see how the police will approach this one. Yes, let's see how the police will approach a one. Let's see whether they will move out again and beat on a former president, former vice president. Let's see whether they will move ruthlessly to arrest and put people in jail again. When we tell you that the goal of this government is to have a one-party state, you people never believe it, but you are seeing it now. The guys were ill-treated, they were tortured, keeping them in there from 9 o'clock all the way to 4 o'clock when they realized that the court was closed. Then they sent them to South Beach. And they went to release their own. Didn't we tell you people that they just put Priscilla Copper in that equation so it will give the impression that the whole thing is impartial, not partial? That's why they put the lady into it. They came out with this scheme that the lady pressure had gone up, so they released her to her lawyer. If that was the argument, then why they couldn't do the same with Speaker Fonatikova and the rest of the people, and you can put up a house arrest? That means they can go home and you have security manning their house. The next day you move to take them to the court. But because they wanted to subject them, reduce them to public ridicule, make a public show of them, they kept them there up to 4 o'clock. At that time, the court is closed because the court closes at 4, between 3:30 and 4. So at that time, they knew that the judge will not be in his office. The court will have shut down. So the only option, carry these people to jail. Let me say this. Taking those guys to jail means absolutely nothing. The government cannot and has not and would never ever score political capital from it. If they will ever score political capital, it's the gross political capital as Unity Party is justifying. Another sign that you can know that I was politically motivated in such a situation. The state, the matter is before the state. Political parties are void of saying anything to that. What did you see? Immediately the guys went to jail. Unity Party released a statement welcoming the police arrest and incarceration or jailing of the guys, that they should be tried for burning the Capitol building. I've told you this before. Do you know that all of the Unity Party lawmakers and those of the majority bloc, they went publicly in their public addresses, they presented it like Fonatikova and his guys truly burned the Capitol building? And that's what you saw. Till now, they are showing no concern. But we are thankful to the leaders, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who condemned the police action, the government's action, condemned former President George. We are condemning it. Everybody, there is this overwhelming condemnations. Now they are marching in solidarity for justice. The rule of law should be respected. Enough is enough. No one party rule in this country. No Joseph Heman Boakai political dynasty, but the Republic of Liberia. They are marching in solidarity to the court, not the Monrovia Central Prison, but the court. Former Vice President Joy Howard Taylor announced that she will be there. Former President Weah, ANC political leader Alexander Cummings, the political leader of the Movement for Economic Empowerment, D. Maxwell Kimaya, and other opposition leaders, and civil society groups and lawyers. Everybody will be there. What we can say to that is we hope that every caution will be put into place, because this government is cunning. They could use some people to infiltrate and then cause some kind of stir. And then they will capitalize on it, that the opposition leaders have caused this or causing this trouble. Let me bring to you some of the comments from the political leaders, the stakeholders of this country, the people who have the peace of this country, the stability of this country in their hands. Former President George Weah, this is what former President George Weah said. You want to listen. All of them, former President Joy Howard Taylor, yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, is it? Former President Weah said tomorrow is the court's day. I want to condemn the action of the government to detain our legislative leaders with the intention to send them to prison. This is not rule of law. I believe this was premeditated. These are leaders of our country. You call them to question them, and then you declare them with the intention to send them to prison. This is unfair. I believe this is wrong. We will be at the court tomorrow. We are calling on all our partisans to turn out tomorrow. Let's assemble at the court. I am calling on all partisans, all citizens, all partisans, well-wishers, and sympathizers to come. Let's stand with our lawmakers. Alexander Cummings, this is what Alexander Cummings said. There are attempts he said, there are attempts to weaponize the judiciary. They are ignoring, in my mind, the presumption of innocence. This is very personal. I have been a victim. They use the judiciary against me, my own colleagues, and this is what they are doing. This is about peaceful assembly. It is the right of Liberians to do it peaceably. No vandalism. But I encourage supporters to come and assemble peacefully. Not just my supporters, but every Liberian. Our people would not engage in violence tomorrow. I call on the police to allow people to peacefully assemble. It is their right. Alexander B. Cummings, political leader, Alternative National Congress. Former Vice President Joy Howard Taylor. What I pray for tomorrow is that the Lords of our nation will take preeminence over everything that will be happening there. This is a billable offense. She went further to say, I pray that they will be given the chance to perfect their bonds. I think, I think when the court process begins, the law will be the law. Former Vice President Joy Howard Taylor. Representative Musa Hassan Bility, political leader, Citizens Movement for Change. He said, we are hearing that the government intends to increase the amount of money for the bond. They cannot do that in this case. The power that the law has given to the Ministry of Justice should not be abused. The Citizens Movement for Change is a law-abiding party. The right of the citizens to protest is guaranteed. We hope the police will recognize that. We insist that our partisans come out and they must be peaceful. Representative Musa Hassan Bility, political leader, Citizens Movement for Change. And the political leader, Movement for Economic Empowerment, D. Maxwell Kimaya. I am happy that J. Fonati Kofa, Jacob Debbie, Dixon Sibo, and Abu Kamara, despite the humiliating situation and devastating condition they are being subjected to based on politics by the government of Liberia, I say, I encourage them, and in the spirit of upbeat and hope, no matter what the case, and at the end of the day, justice will prevail. Move and its partisans under the sound of my voice will be joining other partisans, will be joining other partisans to offer other political parties, and to support them. And I emphasize that the rest must assemble peacefully and do away with any act of chaos. D. Maxwell Kimaya, political leader, Movement for Economic Empowerment. So it is today. They are marching, or they will be marching in solidarity. It's going to be peaceful, non-violent. Nobody should be afraid. The Constitution guarantees that. Let's see now whether they can disperse or insist that these former leaders, former presidents and vice presidents of our country and political leaders are not to assemble. Let the police or let the government insist they should not. Then, if it will not be convincing to you that this is a one-party state, then I don't know. So it's going to be peaceful. This morning, the guys will be arraigned in court. Turn out. Don't say that the people think. Don't say you won't get anything to do with it. Don't say all of those things that you often say. If ever was a time that you show that patriotic and nationalistic responsibility, if you know that what has been happening is wrong, this is the time to turn up, to show up in solidarity with your leaders. They have started already to place police checkpoints and barricades around. This government would not do it their own way. This is the Republic of Liberia. This is a sovereign state. This is not unity party state. Yesterday, it was wrong. Yesterday, they complained against the police of ill-treating supporters, Liberians. Today, they are doing the same thing. So what is the difference? The leaders of this country, former presidents, the only person I know will not be around because of her health, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She's not in good health. She has frail. She's old. She's not energetic to move, but she is with former president. We are former president Taylor, all of those political leaders. You saw her statement she released when those guys on Friday. She made reference in her statement that it was wrong to have kept those guys at the police station up to 4 o'clock, and then 4 o'clock took them to jail, followed by the others who came with their condemnation. It is wrong. We can't run this country like this. The country was rescued, quote unquote, by the rescue mission, which means you will not engage into ruthless act. The court will decide, but you don't subject the people to political torture before you can take them to court. In this case, the government will not win it. Despite the police director saying that he has sufficient evidence that Fonati Kofa and the rest of the guys burned the Capitol building, he will be defeated in court. It's not going to be a one-day thing. That's why Musa Belete made it clear that they are trying to increase. Right now, the judge is under pressure. The court is under the control of the executive. The judiciary is not independent. According to Musa Belete, they are attempting to increase the bond to the extent that the lawyers of these guys will be unable to secure a bond to bail them out of jail while the trial is set. But the government cannot do that. Any attempt by the government to do that through, or the court to do, the government to do that through the court, then it will be clear again that, okay, everything is being orchestrated by Mr. President. This is what he wants. These guys stay in jail for the longest, and on and on. It can. Thank God that the speaker and the other guys have seasoned lawyers in this country. It's going to be interesting, people. It's going to be interesting. Keep your calm, relax yourself, join the solidarity walk. It is a solidarity walk. It is a solidarity walk. Join it from wherever you are. Take a stroll. Nobody going to beat you. The police is under the microscope. Drones are hovering over this country as we speak. Drones from around the world hovering over this country. They are looking at the police conduct. They saw awful scenes on Saturday. Now, the focus is on Liberia again today. The international community is watching. We expect before the end of the day to hear one or two statements from the international community. President Bouaka will not have it his own way. This is not Bouaka's dynasty. This is the Republic of Liberia. He was elected by the people to do what is right. He wasn't elected to do the wrong as he wishes. No. So drones, you don't worry. Drones are around. The international community is watching. The guys are moving. Move in solidarity with them. Like Martin Luther King said in his walk on the Capitol, we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. I do believe we shall overcome. Yes. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. Don't allow anybody to discourage you. They are discouraging people through the media strategy. They are using people. Yesterday, they came out. Yesterday, they were protesting. They were resisting. Yesterday, their leaders came out. All of these people, most of these people, let me not say all, most of these people who are appointed by Bouaka, they came out yesterday. Thank God for technology. So the videos are being put out. We are allowed them to assemble. The police, to some extent, show tolerance. The police respected their rights. They came out. They protested. Before June 7, we are first year, few months into power. We are administration experienced 3 protests from Unity Party. 3 protests, followed by the rest. The march on the Capitol, the executive mansion, the legislature. Just in under 2 years of we are administration, there were 3 protests by Unity Party. The government tolerated them. The government allowed them to assemble. The government provided protection for them. They, in the 3rd year of WEA's administration, they were burning tires. Even though they're lying all over the place that under WEA's administration, they used the law, they never used any law. They cannot prove that because all of us were here. We saw them getting into the street. We saw their leaders having press conference and defying WEA that they would get out because it is their constitutional right. The Constitution did not say they should seek permit from the Ministry of Justice. Don't listen to that lie they're putting all over. They try to play on you. Unity Party never saw the law in anything. That is why they cannot put it. What they are putting on social media is what they have. If they use the law, they will put it. I challenge them to bring it. They called protests here. They were involved. We saw the leaders in the protests. They supported the burning of tires. They created barricades all over the place. Today, it should not happen. When yesterday it was right, and today it should be wrong. It does not make sense. So as I was saying, and then I conclude, to give you the right to have your say, it is not demeaning. You may see it that way. It is not demeaning, the speaker and the rest of the guys. It's not demeaning. No, it's not demeaning at all. When you come to public service, your life is open. Your life is open to criticism. It is open to jailing. It is open to condemnation. It is open to every other thing when you come into public service. We sit on the radio from Monday to Friday. Our life is enclosed. Our life is open to everything, criticism and whatsoever. Our life is even open to being jailed. And when you put a political person in jail, it means nothing. When you put a journalist in jail, it means nothing. The jailhouse is for everybody, provided the person or you accuse the person of doing something and you want to score a political capital, and it doesn't mean anything. It's not the meaning to Fonati Kofa, Abu Kamara, and the rest of the guys, even though it is the first time, but there's no first then first. There's always the first. It gone down in history. It defeats President Boakai's statement at the so-called dinner lunch by his Minister of Information and himself that there's no political prisoner in jail. That was an announcement that we're going to have political prisoner in jail. That was the announcement. Yet today, he has political prisoners in jail, and he's going to have more political prisoners in jail. And may I say to you, it means absolutely nothing. Nothing. Boakai will not win this case. No. The police will be made shame. The police concoct, the police coup, with the approval of the executive, will be exposed. This investigation, after they have billed them today, and the court said, the trial day, you will see it. And with me, thank God there are seasoned lawyers in this country. This country is credited with brilliant lawyers. The police opened a very good Pandora box, aided by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Richard Kuhn. As I've always told you, you're relaxed. This is going to be a long haul. The police exercise what they could exercise within their ambit or within their area. When it goes to court, it's off the police hands. Gregory Comer is not above the law. Gregory Comer is a state witness in waiting. The Speaker of the House of Representatives is a state witness in waiting. The pro tem of the Liberian Senate is a state witness in waiting. And I can call several because we've been speaking to our lawyer friends over the days. We've been having some good real lecture, and they've been tutoring us, telling us that you leave that thing. The police director and people can do all that they can. They have limitation. Beyond their limitation, there will be, the law will subject them. And you're going to see. And what did the guy say? That Boakai himself will be even embarrassed. He will try to find an amicable solution or to just leave it for a sleeping dog to lie. Because the president himself will be exposed, according to The guys, as they explain, you need to sit with experts. Have some expert friends. Don't just have anybody as your friends. Have lawyer friends, doctor friends, military friends, journalist friends. Surround yourself with professional people. That is a school by itself. You learn a lot. The only thing is you must uphold confidentiality, because they will confide in you. They will explain some things to you, and you hold that. So it ain't going to be anything. Yeah, you'll leave that thing. The guys are public figures. Anybody could go to jail. The pro tem could go to jail. The speaker could go to jail. They're not above the law, even though these guys are not being treated right in accordance with their legislative immunity, because there are provisions. These guys are legislators. They are in their they were in their full capacity. Look up what the Constitution says relative to this kind of situation. That is why the guys there, I've been saying that the guys, their colleagues are playing a double standard game. They're pretending. They know what they ought to do. These guys still enjoy their legislative immunities. But because Bwaka is controlling the legislature, Richard Coons said that he is a regime speaker. So there is no need to look at the Constitution, what it says. There's no need to look at the rules, what it said in such a situation with their colleagues. In this situation, what do? There is something they call institutional protection first. There's something they call institutional protection. In this place where we are now, if something happens here, let's assume someone is accused, and the person has to answer. The management or AB will not come and say, no, the person wrong. Go. The first thing first AB will do as the head of the institution is to protect the image of the institution and protect that person by finding out all of the things, what it takes, and all of those things before. That's what they call institutional protection. Somebody can accuse a person within your house, and you just chunk the person outside and say the people want you go. You know what you have done to your house? You know what you have done to your house? The guys in the legislature, they will offer no protection for their colleagues. Why? Because Richard Coons said he is the regime speaker. Anything Bwaka wants, he will do it. And that's what you guys are saying. Nowhere in the world, the people will just turn over, as per request, their colleagues to the executive and leave them vulnerable. They will move there and say, police director, you invited our colleagues for questioning. This is the time you said. You have exceeded the time and you are saying nothing. And we are suspecting a sinister motive. Therefore, most respectfully, Mr. Police Director, we are taking our colleagues back. When you're ready, you inform us just as you did, and we escorted them and we'll bring them back. But those guys, no. The game plan was, okay, let's just write Mr. Speaker, you know you are with us in this thing. We will write you acting just so that they will say, yeah, the police sought the approval of the House of Representatives, and then you can turn the guys over. Well, all of guys, Richard Coons, they were aware of all of those things. Those guys over there, James Colette, then the whole thing, it's a game plan. They organize it. I bet you take this thing to any other sound country, and they involve legislators. Why did they announce they were escorting? Escort in such a legislative politics is protection. If you don't know, escort in such legislative saying is protection. Meaning, it's just like we are standing boom. So we're taking our colleagues, we are their guarantors. We take them to the police headquarters. And if the police director cannot say anything within the time interval as indicated in his communication to us, we look in his face and say, we're taking our colleagues back. When you're ready, you communicate with us again, and then we'll bring them. It is within their power to do. It may not be in their rules, but that is legislative protection. Literally. We see that in other countries. Because they stood as guarantors by their announcement that we are escorting our colleagues to the police station, but with the request of the police director as persons of interest. It is against that background that Fonatikova and the rest of the guys were convinced to go. Even though some of you start giving your interpretation that they should not have gone, they know that on Friday they can delay and then they jail you. The guys were not thinking in that direction because they went the first time. The second time, there was nothing of such. Moreover, they had the guarantee, the assurance by the escort of their colleagues who should have faced up to the police director by telling him that the time you indicated in your communication to us that we should turn these guys over has expired. Hence, we cannot keep these guys here beyond that. We are taking them back as their guarantors. When you're ready, you release another communication again, and then we will escort them back. But because all of them knew that it was what they planned, so they went there and then they left. Why you think the speaker decided to leave? According to Representative Musa Bilete, who was there, Representative Bilete said they kept the speaker there from 9 o'clock, he and his colleagues, without saying a word to them, all the way up to 3. It was between 2:33 that the speaker decided to leave because they had said nothing. Within there, they ordered the speaker or instructed the police officers to bring back the speaker in the police station together with the other guys who were there and place them in separate rooms. Why did the legislative colleagues not say anything that, oh, come on, you can keep these guys here over and over saying nothing? We are leaving. Why? Why? Because they knew the game plan. They knew the game plan. They knew what was in place already. Bilete said he was there. He was with the speaker, Abu Kamara, all of those guys. They kept them there saying nothing, nothing absolutely. They said to those guys, they were just there sitting, can't hear anything, moving from one end to another, just moving all over the place, acting like Bese Bito. Bese Bito is you acting busy, but you're not busy. Nothing. Nothing. Too bad for this country. Too bad for this country. Too bad. This thing is not going to end. It take the next 25, 40, 50 years. Liberia has become a grudge-keeping country. If we cannot purge ourselves of such grudge, hate, misuse of political power, use political power to get at certain people, this country will end up experiencing something unprecedented again. People are keeping grudge. People are holding all of these things. Yeah. People will use them. Let us try to stop these things. The next government that will come to power will have its own strategy. And after that government leaves, the next government will have its own strategy. Nobody knows the future how it's going to be. As much as we ought to be, we are excited, or we can say, oh, nothing will happen in the country, we want this, we want that. Well, we have to be very cautious. There are countries in this war, or they had wars, they went through chaos, they went through terrible conditions. They came out of it, they had peace for several years. They started to do the same thing, and then they experienced something unprecedented. We have to stop it. When we keep grudge, the next man will keep grudge. We saw it in 1990. That's why 1990 police officers were hiding. Military officers were hiding. Almost everybody were hiding. People were being asked, you know me? And you're a police officer? And are you jail me? And are you beat me? You can remember the mark on my head? Hey, you can remember when you were so and so? All those things. People can keep grudge. What led Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Charles Taylor, the late Prince Johnson, what led them to start convincing people of a possible war in Liberia, which they felt was the only means? Because they saw, were dissatisfied, and they kept it in their hearts for a long time. And when the time was ripe, they decided to avenge. We have to be very careful. Front Page Africa is reporting that it got credible information that the government has placed a freeze on the issuance of court bonds by commercial banks and insurance companies without prior written clearance from its insurance department, effectively preventing several lawmakers currently facing criminal charges, including former Speaker J. Fonati Kofa, from securing bail. Meaning the government has reached out to insurance companies around not to accept anything. Meaning when you go to court, nobody, no insurance company will say, we're doing this, we're taking responsibility, no surety bond whatsoever. All of them should reject, so that these people will continue to stay in jail and they are suffocated. Even if something happened to them, ain't nothing. When I'm in care. This is what Front Page Africa is reporting. Let me read it word for word to you. Front Page Africa. A directive from the Central Bank of Liberia, obtained by Front Page Africa, has placed a freeze on the issuance of court bonds by commercial banks and insurance companies without prior written clearance from its insurance department, effectively preventing several lawmakers currently facing criminal charges, including former House Speaker J. Fonati Kofa, from securing bond or securing bail. That was Front Page Africa. Another day again. Terrible. LIB. Okay. So let's turn to you now. This is what Front Page Africa is saying. The guys might not, but that's the government on. You can. The law is the law. The guys just need to activate the law. So the march to the court, the solidarity march is getting on. Be a part of it. Don't hold back. Don't allow Unity Party people to discourage you. This is not about party. This is about the country. That will be doing it for that. You're listening to Let's Talk About It on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, sitting in for Israel Bawia Sie, who isn't feeling well. He's under the weather or he's sick. So hopefully, by God's grace, as he battle illness medically, he will be back on tomorrow. He's not feeling well at all. He's sick. So let's turn to you now to have your say. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30. That's the WhatsApp line. 886 30 44 97. For those of you out of Liberia, the numbers are also on the screen. The women's line 0777 9803 75 to have your say. These are the numbers to talk about the issues on Let's Talk About It on Kings 88.5. Hello.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning.
This is about Ennis calling from Righteous Community. My brother, thank you guys for what you're doing for Liberian people. But one thing I want to acknowledge you on, Joe Buaka, he don't have nothing to offer to Liberian people. Even from his previous life to today, that's what I'm saying. He don't have legacy. So since he has failed already, he will involve in talking people to be on civil unright, that tomorrow when they be into government, they say, oh, it was the party that arrived, our government, that's what our government say today. So that the first thing the people are doing, that's what they are on the wall to bring stable unright in this country. So Liberian people got to be careful that that party business will on. But because they have failed, they don't have nothing to do. So they will bring something that people will go against one another. Then their government end, and they will blame it on others. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. The march is, the guys are getting ready. They are getting ready. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Let's hear you. What is your name and where you call from?
Yeah, I'm a message calling to community.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. You're doing well. That's what pressure with your children there. Everybody who supported us, you're the journey. That's what pressure. I tell what you have to money, pay money. What will be when you will count tomorrow? I will pray. I want people will come back to the horses. They will do that. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I want people will come back. They say, it's for everybody, not for one person. They love you. It's for everybody, not one person. I will say that I love you. Yes, I citizens. I'm not foreigner. So all that what are not foreigner, now citizens, they will come back. What will be where they will come back? It will be in a community, will be in a community, will be in a group. They see each other. So let us go ahead. What will better they will come back? Thank you, Omen.
Thank you. Thank you too, my Betty. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Sir Andrew.
Good morning.
Yeah, there is one recording from 3rd Street.
Let's hear you, Mama.
Yeah, in our community, the people all rejoicing. They are one of. Come and ask, are you kidding me? If politicians go to jail, why it mean that you people will be rejoicing?
They say
Someone went in jail.
they say Jawia jail Gloria Musu Scott. That what they putting on Facebook all over. So they're paying back.
But Florence got killed. And for until they not kill, he do a thing. Those people that he did do a thing. But with Florence got, she killed. That's why she went in jail. So Sandra will win it because they will bring on every strategy for the people not to be free today. And while they're doing it, it's bringing chaos. It's bringing chaos because if they get a lot of people to come out today, you know what the people will do next?
They will
start bringing noise.
Yeah, don't worry, they will build them. They will build them. They will build
Ah,
them.
man.
This
You
is
can
not.
be after the day, man.
They will build them. This is not Boga State. This is the Republic of Liberia. This is a country of law. They will build them.
Andrew, in my community, you see the people you wonder what are they Liberians? Yeah. Thank you, man, for affording me the money, my son.
Thank you for calling to have a nice day. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Lower your radio. Lower your radio, sir.
Okay, sorry, sir. My name is Maya. The way now for calling from reference to you. Reference I'm the Nikita. I want to tell you that this country is not Waka State. And what unfolding now through example ANC, not our the party, not our CDC is our Liberian people. So today I on my way marching to the boy just say this morning to see what unfolding.
That's good. Good to hear that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you too. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good morning. How are you?
This is Success Jones calling from Mama Point.
Success Jones.
I called to pray for Israel this morning.
Yeah, Israel not feeling well.
In the
sick.
name of Jesus, I commit Israel into your hand. I pray for safe recovery. I pray that he will be healed. I cover his family with the blood of Jesus. And I declare healing upon Israel this morning. Every malaria shall come off at the blood of Jesus. Israel, you are healed this morning. Mr. Sam, I want to go to the point here. The thing that people doing this country is not right. That's also. If people talk about Korah Musufa, she killed. There's people that are holding in Springfield, they don't kill anybody. Why are the government behaving like this? What we have done to them? What really we have done to them? But I think we'll get ready for everyone on next month. We will get in the street and protest for our country like Europe. It's not about sedition, ANC. It's about the country man like Europe. But we are asking for peace. That peace we need. If you will not get food to eat, let peace be there for us. We are now the kind of people to be worried. But therefore, take everything this morning in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for calling. This one from the police IG, just so you know, he is quoted as saying that Representative Priscilla Cooper was released to her lawyer on Friday because there was only one cell and they couldn't mix her with the men. That is the reason they released Priscilla Cooper to her lawyer. If this was not a game plan, they would have taken her back to the police station and she'd be in one of the rooms. Hello.
Good morning, Sam Andrew.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Pastor Uriah speaking.
Let's hear you, Pastor Uriah. You're going to form part of the march today, a solidarity march, not violent?
Exactly so. But what I want to say here is that there are times in life you have to be radical. Everything that is going on, these people, they have nothing to show us in this nation. They want to bring back the same darkened day from 1990. And God will not allow it to happen. Those people, they have nothing to show, absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. They are celebrating everywhere, in every other corner. But again, I don't blame them. When Jesus Christ entered the temple, he saw that his father's temple was a business area. He turned everything upside down. A job that not going to allow this wicked old man that called Joseph Waka to go to the hospital. All of this is never going to happen to this. Pastor Mafia died right in the country here. Judy Brown died right here. They were in power when all of these things were happening. They demand of people not to go to any other hospitals in the entire year. Why should Ethiopia allow Joseph Walker to fly to America and go for treatment? He should have done right then everything finished. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Okay, Chief. Thank you for calling too. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Morning,
You want to
sir.
lower your radio or cut it off?
Yeah, I love my radio on. Sir, you know the people now. The plan what they plan for Liberia for Morgan also the tradition Morgan also. I find my tension of Westman and my Benuli Kamara. They are all color. They plan for us to get us for people to get us and be noise. They think that when they promise the Liberia to not do it, and it's to do it now, when they not come out, they say they give us and saying in our chair, they say they go to protect. That's all they're trying to do, and we're not happy. We will make anything I will pass it to us, then we will make our turn our pass. They put are disturbing our lives too much. They're disturbing our life. No, not saying the telephone on Friday they can order our debt our debt. No, not saying they free our money pass to the byway. They tell people to go home. Then they leave the other rest inside. The police are laughing at us. That has to be. And when they are saying, I want to see my son, the police in home is begging me, say, I beg you, you are man, no like your son, everything will be under control. The police was talking, be me for in the police. He said, oh man, I was saying, we're not well on the thing. We're not selling far away. Most of the police are physicians. He said, oh man, we're not well on it, but we're protecting our job. What we will do? So you know, me come and they will see how they will be so. So you go by who? Work for that idea. You see? They need to feel cool at it. So
Okay,
thank you for
thank-
I said, God, I said, sorry. Let God come on him and come back. Let God be with all of you. No enemy passion against you. They must be for. God must be with you and tell you, yeah, and ever year. And tell your great children must play with you.
All right.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, yes. Good morning. I'm getting you.
Yeah, I'm calling from Georgia and Prophet Camera. Yeah, Mr. Andrew, the Sudan Cooper was never released to any lawyer. The Sudan Cooper was released to her pastor, Kalando. She's a related party there. Kalando one day to her. She was not released to any lawyer in Canada. It's easier because she's a related party there. They should have sent her back to sleep to the same police station that all of them said before she went to Central. But they never did that. So that's my stuff.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Hello. 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 You are on the air, Chief. Let's hear you.
Yeah.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm super sorry. I didn't know you put a cabin off on Roberta building.
Yeah, but your line not too clear. Change your location, I beg you, so that everybody understands you well. Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you.
Good morning.
Yeah, Victoria, calling from Johnson Bay. Thank you for the topic this morning, my brother. One pastor just left the line and said, oh, he said, I think I bring it nothing war. It's true. That born, so anyway, he said from Africa thought that they will not grant the people born. They want for them to be keeping in jail. And say, Andrew, the people be lying. It will not work. There are things worker will kill people today because we'll not allow people to go back in jail. Ain't getting me? They call for people to lose their life, and the international community will be seen. They by the lynch and they be looking at it. They wish me now, we not get international community, they will get on the street and then they will open. Because we're not alive when they can't grant the people born to go through the process. They say we'll not grant them born, they will go back in jail, in so be. They will go back will be lying to a set. The minister they will be dreaming affair, they will be dreaming because their country, they play the region now. We will not hold no peace again. I will not lie to you. They will frankly they will not go back in Sobi today. When they come from there, they will bomb, they will send a bomb. When police attempt to say they will kill them back, police will they fall by down, then they will carry people.
Right.
I will not lie to you, my brother. The people that are coming outside today.
Okay, man. Thank you.
They are coming outside today, they are joining us, they're too much.
All right.
So the police will
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go out of Liberia. The people want to have their say from that side to the calls coming in from that side. But let's go to this one first. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
I'm Tony able to call from Telephone.
Yeah, let's hear you quick.
Okay, thank you very much. What are people doing is now certifying, or I'm from Nigeria, from the start to where you call the come from. When the people want us to react, so that we can react. Again, if the threat is talking about only three police men there. When police people make mistake, we carry from
we're talking about the case. We're not talking about Grand Gita and what happened, how many police in Grand Gita. We're talking about the case today and the march.
We can't go there.
You will be part of the march?
We're going there.
Okay, Chief. There. All right, thank you. Let's go out of Liberia. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. You are on. Let's talk about it.
Hello, this is Nancy calling from Germany.
Let's hear you, Mercy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. And we tell you thank you for your work in Liberia. But we are also worrying seriously what Bwaka doing is not good. What he's doing is not good. He won't carry Liberia to war again. He won't carry Liberia to war. We worry here because for them putting Fanatico in jail is not good. They said the law should be the law. I calling Liberians to come outside today. No trouble, no fighting. Please. Thank you.
Okay, Mercy. Thank you. Let's go to the women's line in Liberia. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Okay, my name is Kingsley Bingley. Oh,
come on, man. This is now our men's line. 0777 women line, and you calling on it. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning, Manjus.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Not bad. My name is Moses Brown. I call from Logan District number 15. We don't have problem with what this government is doing, but this is my little message to Gabriel Cuomo, Joseph Union Boakai. What they are doing to this country today is to remember that it will follow day in a generation. Keeping people in jail for no reason, saying that all people will not stand up on insurance company, SYZ. We don't have a problem with it. But we are saying, if they do anything, why necessary be done, we will go on the street and do what's going to happen. Who's all that with that? I like to be going away.
All right, sir. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hey, my man. There's a non-women men's line. 0777 women's line. You're still calling on it, man. Stop. 0777 9803 75. That a woman there line. That a woman there. Me say raw Liberian with maybe sorry, but that a women the woman there line. That woman line. That not men line, yeah, beg you. The men's line 0777. Not 0777, but 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. It is the same as the WhatsApp line 0886 30 44 97. Hello.
Good morning, sir. Andrew. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine. Good morning.
From Magibi County District 1.
Let's hear you from Magibi. How's the atmosphere there?
I thank you for your message this morning. But however, this tree is Liberia. We all should be calm and see how best we can find the solution of this problem in this country. Hello?
Yeah, listening to you.
Thank you. So, asking all Liberians to remain peaceful, I believe Liberia will not do so as with talking. We will never return to war in the country because neither Guinea, Africa, they get space to host Liberia. They have much more. So, Liberia, we all be calm and see how best they can handle the issue. But all I can share with Liberians this morning, no matter how you're pin, nothing lasts forever. Everybody, any consequence in the country, anybody says power in the country, you bear the consequence. Anything I do, you be in the dark, be in under the light, you bear the consequence of it. Thank you.
Hello.
No man calling so 33.
Yeah, but you on the men's line, huh?
Yes, sir.
The number you call at the men's line, huh? Morning, how are you?
Anybody?
Yeah, fine, oh fine. How you say?
Thank God, bro. I'm fire about it. According for Paula.
Let's hear you fire.
That's something I want to tell you, yeah, brother. I just listen to the police man. They may finish talking to the radio. Say that anybody today, it will take a thing to the thing that it get to kill him or be. Jana all EMBC radio. They talking there. Jana talking. I think they not even reach to a place also go yes. So my people then are going to that place. They must send it like a man. They must send it like a woman. They must send it good. Even some president are going there, they must protect him. They must protect him to the town. They will protect him. They must correct a good brother. You hear what I say? That the information I given to you to load you here. Are you here? Eh?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. You don't mind, Gregor Como, man. This is not Boaka State. It's not Gregor Como Police State. Gregor Como can make any statement he wants to make. He's entitled to it, as anybody is entitled to a statement. Gregor Como can't stop anybody. He can't stop no leader of this country from assembling. He can. He can, except you will open a Nazi situation here. Look at everybody and exterminate them. He can do it. Whether he makes statement on what radio or what state that, he can't stop. Those leaders are coming out. It is their right. He has no right to do anything to anybody. No, except, like Marvin Cole said, they try to put pressure on the old man so that he will give up the gold. Maybe this is a strategy they are using to put Boaga in an embarrassing position because Boaga is not in charge. They're in charge. They are the ones who cutting all of the shots. He's just sitting there. So maybe the game plan too is to put enough pressure on him and let's embarrass his government, let the international community come down with so much on him, and then whatever happens, our men can take over as quickly. Shortcut take over. Let's take a few calls, then we'll go to Augustine Chie, Senator. Hello.
Hello.
You cut your radio off, Chief. When you cut it off, you call back. Hello. Yeah, you are on the air.
Yeah, my name is Emma. I'm calling from Brazil.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, that what you say. They country for here, Baka. So there, you know the political. There, who the person they get ready in the country who can we get ready? All of us get ready to live peaceful. They go all of us family, all of us pa, all of us uncle. They disgrace in the country. They loud and mais les traités ceci, les molole à go. Ou quand les molole à go, all the weapons what they say Baka get to kill. They kill to kill, they say they kill to rescue the molole to this. The monopoly for officer. They think they keep the local for the get it. We not scary. We not young the dream master now. We not scary. We just want to be peaceful for the state here to end to bring our president by power. But say they want to be peaceful. They think they're looking for. We get it. The molole à go. We come outside.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, hold on. Let me bring your Senator Augustine Chie position on this whole thing. He is a lawyer too, and one of the hierarchy within the Liberian Senate who had been following everything. He said, yo, hold on to the calls. When I'm feeling with Augustine Chie, I will come back to you. Yeah. You people have to express yourself more than I can talk. You have to state your patriotic and nationalistic position as citizens of Liberia. Hear what he said. I express profound concern over the unfolding events since yesterday, which have cast serious doubts on the integrity and impartiality of the justice actors. The manner in which these proceedings are being conducted raises significant questions about their fairness and adherence to due process. Why invite the accused, Speaker Kofa and all, to the police headquarters at 9 a.m., only to hold them there until 5 p.m. to arrest and charge them? Why that was not done as soon as they arrived there? and take them to the city court for arraignment. Since the grand jury is not sitting, but waited until the courts were closed for the day. And why that couldn't be done even before Friday? We all know that the investigation into the Capitol building fire has been concluded and that the accused availed themselves whenever they were needed. The only logical explanation for doing that was to ensure that they were not taken to court where they could be bailed out or released to their lawyers or on personal reconnaissance, as was their plan to humiliate them by their detention. Senator Augustine Chia goes further. He said, also, why was Representative Priscilla Cooper, Unity Party Alliance, granted bail for medical reasons, and the same was denied Abu Kamara, who is a member of CDC, as it is reported? Fonati Kofa is also sick. Of course, I am aware that Liberty Party press statement on her arrest and detention is a sham. That means pretending. Including her with the others is a game plan or strategy to give it a semblance of unbiasedness against the CDC representatives. That a UP Alliance person is among the accused, and that will be made clear soon. It's most likely that they will enter into a plea bargaining deal with her or nolle prosequi her case and make her a state witness. Definitely. This man is a seasoned lawyer. That's true. Don't let it not be a surprise when you hear the state inviting or using Priscilla Cooper as state witness against Fonati Kofa and the rest of the people. Remember now, this is the woman who, when that thing started, from the onset, her statement is available. She told the journalists, when the journalist was raising concern about the seats in the place and other things, she said, no, there's nothing like that. It was because we entered into this contract with this company to renovate the John Chambers and all of those. She's on record for saying that. So what the man is saying, the lawyer is saying that, look, this whole thing is a game plan with Priscilla Cooper. She knows what is happening and they know why they are using her. So nobody should be surprised when the state brought her as a witness against Fonati Kofa then, that she will stand in court and say, Fonati Kofa, the rest of the guys did this. I'm aware. At this point in time, they spoke to me and they said that they want to do this. It should not be a surprise. Then he went further to say, let me conclude as quickly as I can. The counselor said, it is imperative that criminal case, especially one involving serious allegations, is carried out with the utmost transparency, objectivity, and respect for the rights of all parties involved. The way this matter is handled so far deviates from these fundamental principles, potentially compromising the credibility of the entire process. Senator Chia went further to say, I call for an immediate review of the procedures to ensure they align with established standards of fairness and justice. Only through a credible process can public trust be maintained and the truth is ascertained. In the absence of such assurances, the public is left to question whether the true aim of these actions is the pursuit of justice or the settling of political scores. Accused persons are presumed innocent until their guilt is established. They are not convicts. All accused persons are entitled to equal treatment or equal protection, not selected treatment or protection. In its decision in the case Roosevelt Demne versus the Republic, 2023. The Supreme Court of Liberia reaffirmed that the fundamental rights contained in Article 21 of the Constitution apply equally to all accused persons, regardless of the nature of the offense or case, and emphasized the importance of adhering to these rights to ensure a fair and impartial trial. Senator Augustine Chair concluded, the criminal justice system presided over by Justice Minister Oswald Twe and Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman is a reminiscent of the 80s, with Twe and Coleman becoming the Jenkins Scott and Wilfred Clark of the 21st century. I seek nothing but a fair and impartial process grounded in the rule of law and respect for the constitutional rights of the accused. Let the law prevail over grudges. Let the law prevail over grudges and retribution. Let the law prevail over grudges and retribution. As far as the senator observation is concerned, with this whole thing is politically motivated. Everything in his words about this phonetic cover accusation, the handling of it, taking them to jail, wrong. The police just did everything from an emotional, politically motivated standpoint because they want to satisfy their master, President Joseph Iman Boakai. Didn't the president conclude the case? The president did conclude the case. The president did conclude the case when he went on the grounds of the Capitol building. He prejudiced everything from there. Every statement that came from the police, from the majority bloc senators and representatives was political. Every one of them pointed to Fonati Kofa as the man who orchestrated and executed the burning of the Capitol building, because Boakai prejudiced the entire scenario right there, turning everything into politics. Let's take a few calls and then we go. We go to another thing and then we out. This is, let's talk about it as we talk about it on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrew, sitting in for Israel Bowiasie, your usual host who is under the weather. He's not faring well. He's sick, but he is treating the illness medically to return on tomorrow. Hello.
Good morning, Sam.
Yeah, good morning. Oh, good morning.
Yeah, I'm Mary calling from Mambati.
Let's hear you, Mary.
Yeah, Sam Andrew.
So, Mario, wait, before you go further, Mambagle, yeah. How you looking there in Mambagle? How the atmosphere? I know you are over, but where you are, the place you at?
The place I'm looking tired. The place people just here. But things are happening internet now. I won't go there.
Now you won't go there. You ought to go there.
Yeah. I'm preparing to go. What if people do is just like what the Bible said about Pharaoh? If God said that Pharaoh should let people to go, if Pharaoh so stomach to their sinner, everything that happening, God packing all the bad people together. God getting ready to destroy the wicked people towards this country. That's why you see happening so. So I ask our mother, nobody should pray. We should get this strong in the process. We will not pray. We'll stay that temptation and trial. And we'll overcome it in the name of Jesus as I speak.
Amen. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Stan Andrews.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Stan Andrews. Mr. Stan Andrews, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from a Poco Corner, down Coast Hill, Winter Community, on my way at the Capitol building to protect and stand against the crippling dictatorship that is about to engulf and jeopardize the high-end democracy that we have fought for over the years.
Good. Go to hear that you are joining the march. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Senator. To the point, I want to commend all of our political leaders who spoke last night and erected the necessary check to this crippling dictator. We will not sit here for somebody to jeopardize our democracy. I commend them and I tell them, thank you for waking up will be a dream to us and it will just be a charade. So I want to tell them thank you. And we all recognize ourselves at the Capitol building this morning to stand with our lawyer and all of our lawmakers. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to make my voice heard on national issue. May God bless Liberia and say the good people of Secretary in Niba County. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello, say Manju.
Morning. Good morning.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Maria. I join you for Radar Community. Yeah, I will call all our tradition, we should stand firm. We should never give it at the time for us to hold together to fight this fight. Because if we live on each other, the devil will overcome us. Everybody should stand tough within a situation that will overcome it. I'm on my way to go. I'm going to Capital Building in the morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for calling too. Hello. Let's go to here. Good to hear that you're on your way to your to the capital. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, what is your name and where you call from?
Thank you. Indo community.
Indo community. You're joining the solidarity march?
No.
Why?
Not.
Why?
No.
Why?
I don't support the march.
Why you don't support it? Wait now. Let's talk.
I'm a unity partisan.
Oh, you're a unity partisan.
Very good.
So you are excited, you happy that Fonati Kofa and the rest of the guys in jail.
I'm not big boy that you got KFM Fonati in the province. Because you know the Fonati don't resign. The law is the law. You see the way the law carry here. You go there and you go rescue him.
Oh, it's so good your morning thing. I'll call you over. When I call you over, we allow you to bring the food out of yourself. Your morning finish. Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning for calling for on the old roof of security research. Can I call my name, please?
Chief, call your name, my man. Nobody after you, man. Your leader thing. Nobody after her. So we are on the radio, the thing we're talking, we're not calling our name. Except you call. People can do that when you give it vital, credible information. Very authentic, classified. But just say because you want people to know what you calling from, you don't call your name. Chief, Lilatin, hello.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Boma when you are my district 13 resident.
Yeah.
Let me say thanks to you for the on the discussion this morning. You see, Mr. Andrew, this morning I will ask all of our participants whether you can be a seditious, ANC person, NDR, let's not NDR, or MOVE, or C, I don't CUC, or even if you don't have no political party, but you are a Liberian, and you decide to go this morning at the court, I will be going there this morning to be peaceful. Because these guys,
you're not going, you will not be a part of it.
No, I got a business schedule at my shop. So
what kind of business schedule you got at your shop? Explain our business schedule.
No, Mr. Andrew, I got somebody furniture that I have to spray this morning.
Yeah, but why you can postpone that? So you're only interested in putting money off on your call the radio station and just showcase. That's all.
No, Mr. Andrew, even putting money in our phone to call the radio station, I think it play a key role too. Like before, Mr.
Yeah,
Andrew,
but why will it take you? Listen, Chief, listen.
That's the friend, Mr. Andrew.
Wait, hold on, my man. Hold on, I'm controlling you. Why will it take you to close that shop, to prove your solidarity, your nationalism and patriotism, to go over there for the next 1-2 hours? They're not going to be there the whole day. They just 1-2 hours, and then everybody goes back. What will it take from you if you did that?
Okay, Mr. Andrew, like the job I'm doing now is something that myself I got like the fire behind me. So if I don't do it today, maybe myself to wear or don't maybe will not be central.
I'm convinced, man. All the other protests, you people have not been going there. You can just call on radio say we're part of the protest. Where they
I hope for the coming to the protest, I'll be part of it. You see, Mr. Andrew, they said not all the soldiers from the barracks will leave.
So that man, wait now, my man, that money you want to lose it today?
So that easy on the country, that easy to lose money today, that easy. Oh, yeah. So as I was saying, Mr. Andrew, there are our people who are good at today. We should be peaceful, like our president, which is President John Manuel Weah. You will be there today because I listened to him last night on Voice of Liberia on the show. He partake, or how they call it, Mr. Kumet to partake, and other political leaders, like the left or Musa Hassan Benefit, they all they call on the show last night and they partake. So just what they all say, that those who will be going there today, we should be peaceful, or they should be peaceful. So the issue of peace first and peace last. And we begging the police, please, our people are going there. You shouldn't provoke them. You shouldn't waste your time on them because you're only waiting to see them when you see group. Because they say they can't hold police, and only group can hold police. As soon as you see one or two persons somewhere, you say, oh, they want to do this, you begin to throw tear gas. The people get their right to assemble down there today. As they go in there peacefully, we beg, and the police come from there peacefully, and then listen to what the code will say today. Thank you for the time, Mr. Andrew. That's God continue to bless you guys for being on the radio too. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank all of you for spicing it up. I appreciate all of you. We have to go to something else with the 30 minutes. We have to go. The march is this morning. Be a part of it. Don't stay away. Be a part. Show your support. Your leaders, you have all along called on your leaders. Some of you criticize the leaders for not being proactive, not coming out. They just talking and not showing action. So they are matching their words with action now. So you have to match your own words, your own criticism of them by identifying with them, by giving them that push, that support. You have all along complained that, oh, George, we are not moving. Yeah, the person not moving. So we are moving out now. So you can stay away. Be a part. Stand there with him. Come out as he comes out with the rest of the political leaders. The opposition community is getting out this morning. All of you who have always said that we are the opposition leader, they're not speaking, they're not coming out, they're not doing anything. The people showing it to you now. So what do? You have to show it to them too, that you have been talking and you matching your words with action too, by turning out, by supporting them. In this thing, we have to hold together. It can be you're just excited to talk on radio and you can show up. No, then we will not defeat our enemies. Our enemies are holding together. They're just not talking, but they're acting. You're seeing it all over the place. So you have to turn out. You don't be afraid. It's going to be nobody going to cause any violence. The police not going to disperse anybody. The police not going to waste water on people. The police not going to use tear gas. That's the last thing they will ever want to do with all of these leaders coming out. When you have the leaders of the country coming out like this, it tells you that enough is enough. And if the president can do anything, let him do it. But we are coming out. That is why I told you people that the whole world is watching Liberia right now. Don't be afraid. Don't just stop. Your leaders are coming out. You have all along criticized the people for not coming out, for not doing anything. The people are ready now. So what do? You come in solidarity with them. You come out. The police will not do anything. Gregory Coleman will not order her people to fire tear gas or release tear gas on those people or open fire. That's the last thing the government will ever want to do. They can never do it. Don't be afraid. This day, it is a test. The one the Englishman call litmus test. That means you're on the stage and everybody looking at you, but they are looking at you with doubt that you will blunder, that you will spoil things. So as soon as it happened, they see it, everybody against you. And you will not want to have that kind of record. You think Bwaga wants that kind of record? Already a government damage. You think the international community don't know what they are doing? If they are not talking now, it doesn't say they're not going to talk. It only means they are piling up their facts. It doesn't say investors going to pour into this country when they see these things happening. They're not going to come anywhere in any country called Liberia. The message has gone to the international community from the very first day the leaders made that announcement. It went far away. It has overtaken the entire world. The United States government is aware of this. The European Union, all of those countries, they are aware. You think that joke we on here? You think this is Boaga dynasty? You think Boaga going to have it his own way? You sit down. You don't be afraid. You come out. They're not going to do anything. The police RG is afraid. Boaga himself right now where he is. He's afraid. Who told you Boaga is law unto himself? Who told you even Nebuchadnezzar was subdued? With all of his military might, with all of his political advisors, Nebuchadnezzar was subdued. And God himself is with the innocent. God himself is with all of those guys. He is watching. Yesterday, they were all over this place. They were defying Patrick Sudu. They were defying the justice minister. They were defying the president. They were defying the courts all over the place. They were all on the streets. Today, the people should not know the same constitution that existed yesterday, that's the same constitution existing today. It hasn't been changed. So you come out, yeah? Let's come out. Let's come out. I beg you all. You don't get afraid. You don't worry. Nothing going to happen to you. Nothing going to happen to those leaders. That's why they say solidarity. The whole world, the international media, there are scores of international journalists that are already here. They're going to pick up every event. They have started writing. Some people have started writing all of the excesses about the Boaga government. You think everything just happening in the small village called Liberia? You think the people not? I beg you, man. Just sit down. Let me read some of your comments, and then we go to the other end. We talk something, and then we out. You can be like the master. Yeah, do that. Yeah, at least I try. I can be like Israel. Israel is the brain for this show. He knows how to work it out. Hope that he recovers soon and in time to get back. Hello. 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 You are on. Oh, you went off. You went off. George. No, not George, but Clay Richard said, all right, Clay Richards, yeah, what he said. He said, Sam, most of these guys are cowards because they only talk on radio, criticize the heads, and don't want to come out. No, they aren't cowards. You don't want to talk to your colleagues like that. They aren't. They have their right just as you have. And honestly, some of the leaders were sleeping. So if they brought that up publicly, they are right. It's because they want to see something happening. They want to see change, just as you also want, Clay. Godspeed, Starlet said, even those police are afraid. So the Liberian people need to come out and stop being afraid. Alex Kolu, that's Kolum, he said, let me say this morning, like Joe Walker and his police IG, please respect the right. If they don't do so, today it will be a different ball game. Emmanuel J. Jepo said, if the government continues like this, 2029 will be a payback from the citizens. John Kimber, he said, the government is more political than saver. Just listen to what CBS said today about, you kill me, we Liberians can see this about our future. Sayon Porter said, we will not give up. Yeah. Okay. The comments are so many I can't read. Or Jeng Maboro say, at this point, you're still sitting there and talking. You're talking comfort in the judgment of the court. You please get out of the people's way so we can run their government. Alfred B. Takatsinian said, the Lord is for everybody. They are not more than the common people. T. Max Zuckerberg said the police spokesperson released a reckless statement warning the opposition leaders that they would not be allowed to enter the Supreme Court. Boaka and his police RG is bluffing because we will march peaceful to the Supreme Court. It's not the Supreme Court, it's the City Court, Temple of Justice. Yes, I think I saw the police did debunk that. They clarified that. The statement made by the spokesperson of the police. Yes. They also issued a statement, the court saying that the guys should not travel, should not leave the country. Yeah. I hope this is not true. I hope this is not true. I hope this is not true. That place is going to be not a tension park area. Yeah, don't worry. They will even try to do some things. Yeah. The police RG is afraid. Yeah, thank you for I like all of you people. Yeah, the police RG is afraid. They said the police RG has defied anyone to come after police officers. He is quoted as saying, they as police officers will defend themselves to keep the public safe. You scared? You scared? Go. The people don't have to attack you in public. Listen, the same thing we're saying, CDC government, Ellen Salif government. The reason why insecurity or in policing or any security situation for that matter, you have to use your discretion because you are a human being too. You are in society. You will not be everywhere at the same time. You're not almighty. You're not gladiator. You will you take off the police uniform. You go into the communities, you move. That is the reason they can advise the police in situation to be discretional. The sole reason for that is your life too involved. Not because you have the guns, you have the baton to beat. The time will come that you will not have anybody to beat. It will not require beating. The atmosphere will not be hostile. But what you do, people will keep it in their heart and they will think that they should have an opportunity to avenge. That's why security people who know this thing, ask them. Ask them. Most of the security guys, if not all, they know. That's why in certain situations, you see that they keep the calm and they move with discretion. Police RG afraid. The police attack. They attack the police will defend themselves. Go and you turn the police into a ruthless force. That's what you get. Okay. So let's talk this one and then we are out. The grand jury politics. Let's talk that. So the former president, George Weah, paid a grieving, mourning visit to the family of the late Nancy Doe. The former president, as usual in his good self, not only calmed the atmosphere by his diplomacy, wisdom, and creativity, but the people were excited to see the president. After Unity Party, people portray it like he's against the Crown people and he did nothing for Nancy Doe as first lady, former first lady. Having portrayed it in a negative way, they felt they were tarnishing the reputation of the former president, who has God walking by his side everywhere he goes. The people instead took onto the former president. This is how God exposes people. Because they wanted to score political capital over the woman's death, they did not know how to do it. God reduced them. God made sure that they did not have the idea. So when they went there, guess what? With some lawmakers, through the VP, then president, he said when they gave 2,000 US. 2,000 US. Whole vice president people, they rally, then the lawmakers, then they rally small money. The president went there. He went there pitifully. They who felt that they were tarnishing the president, the former president's reputation, and putting the Crown people against him, it was the other way around. The people were excited to see former President George Weah. Not only did the president go there, the president doubled by 2 everything they did. Former President Weah. They gave 2,000 Liberia, 2,000 US. Former President Weah, as usual, he doesn't like to do these things in public, but sometimes you just want to be transparent. The former president gave 1 million Liberian dollars. 1 million Liberian dollars. 1 million Liberian dollars, rice and cattle. Hear what he said. I treated Nancy Doe with respect. We should not let anything come between us. We are one people. We need peace. If there is nothing that God appreciates, we are for, God likes his heart. If there is nothing this country can appreciate, we are for. He never, ever want to see anything negative or insecure or unstable of this country. He always preaches all of the words that come out of Weah's mouth, the peace of the country. Listen to all of his public addresses. Listen to his interviews. with local journalists, foreign journalists. The message that comes out of Weah's mouth, peace, the country first. No leader, as far as I know, not because we're sitting on this radio station, even before Weah became president, we are always talking about peace, keeping the country peaceful, Liberia first. Everywhere he goes, that's the only message he preaches. If you will have an opposition member of such heart in the country, I, as sitting president, I will draw him closer. I will work with him. I will solicit his expertise so that my government succeeds. Everything we are is the peace of the country, the stability of the country. Why his counterpart will go instability. Everything we are peace. He will come to appeal to Liberians to put the country first.
I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be Lord abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences. Embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia.
Did you hear that? Take all of Weah's speeches from the beginning of his football career to the end of it, from the beginning of his presidency, his ascendancy to the presidency, and out of the presidency. Everything peace, peace. What I am telling you by this, that is exactly why George Weah is not only distinct, but has God's presence, that God goes with him everywhere. This is clearly and evidently seen by God in the Bible, by God. What did he say? God's emphasis in the Bible is peace. So much so that he went and said, be at peace with every man. And he made that the prerequisite to seeing him in heaven. Peace. He said, I treated Nancy Doe with respect, and we should not let anything come between us. We are one people. Hasn't this phrase resonated with you? This phrase is usual. He uses this phrase often. And no better expression, no better phrase he can use than this. This phrase summarizes everything that we ought to be as a nation, which is the bedrock for nation building. We are one people. But our hearts, especially political hearts, divide the country. Then what did he say again? Beyond that, we need peace. It's not about individual, but the country. We cannot thrive. We cannot succeed. We cannot make any advancement, in his words, by this expression, they've been at peace with ourselves. We need peace. So he gave the 1 million and convert that into United States dollars, will give you 5,000 United States dollars, 5,000. And 50 bags of rice. Why Bwaka and a VP went there, they gave the family 2,000. The people who, the Unity Party people portray it like the crime people were against where they did not want to see where. Look at Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn with the Dawes family. Look at the President Joseph Yuma Bwaka gathering with the Dawes family, and look at Weir's gathering with the Dawes family. Put the three events on the table and see. Those three events, you'll see that you could sense the joy, the happiness, the relief, the togetherness, and what have the Englishman call that? There's a word they have for it, a camaraderie, meaning that mutual togetherness, one love. The atmosphere was all of joy, of laughter, of peace. Many, they tried to portray this man who had been our symbol from the very first day, the son of our late president, husband, the family godfather, the late family godfather of Grand Juda County, Samuel Doe. They tried to portray this son of his as a bad man. We've come to realize it's because of politics. But this George Weah man is not a bad man. We're going back home. That's what they portray. See, the daughter and the other people, they humble themselves to Weah. They're on the floor, which traditionally to say, you are our guardian. We're in your hand now. Our father, the late Doe, the mother, the late Nancy, they leave us in your hand. George Weah, you are our everything now. We look up to you. Put the three gatherings, if you are observant, put the three gatherings on the table. You will see. You did not see that joy, that happiness, that openness. No. You look at it, my people, I beg you, I hold your foot. You go there, they available. You take the three videos, the three scenes. You just observe. Look at all three. You see how the people, how the family were excited in the presence of having President Weah in their presence. And the man himself, he's a joyful man, always happy. Yeah, he never put a frown on his face, never feel insecure, always, just his presence can enlighten not only the atmosphere, but the other people that are around. And what did he say as we go? I think, yes, he said besides that, he will be providing 2 large cows for the funeral. Yeah. And he wouldn't be at the funeral. I think he has an engagement according to the write-up that we saw yesterday. And he said that Finabono and the rest of the people, seditions, the hierarchy, everybody will be at the funeral. I think he has an engagement out of Liberia. He goes out to speak for and on behalf of Liberia, make Liberia case. So I think his itinerary can allow him to be at the funeral. And according to what came out in Abono and his entourage, the hierarchy of CDC will all be there at the funeral of the late Natsido. Okay, so that's it. That's all the time I can be in your presence. I just thought to share that with you. The guys will be arraigned in court on today. We are waiting to see that. We'll be following the solidarity march is on today. We will be bringing you live those the scene. We'll bring you live everything that will be unfolding on Kings 88.5. We are in the opposition community, and so we have to give our everything to or that pertains coverage. So we will be bringing the event live from the Moravia's city court. That's the city court at the Temple of Justice, where the city judge, is under pressure. He's afraid. He's scary. Me say the Liberian way. He's scary. So he doesn't know what to do, but he's in a squeeze position. The pressure is on him. Over the night, he's been thinking. I don't want to believe that he slept good. He's been worrying because he's under pressure to do as the executive branch of government wants. So that's all the time. Thank you ever so much. At least I try to fill the void of Israel, who's not faring well. He will be here tomorrow. I hope that I did my best. Every show has its own flair. Every show has its own flair. But I think I did what I could. Israel is not feeling well. You reach out to Israel. He's sick. He has been very, very supportive of you people, very concerned, lobbying on your behalf, working at odd hours to get support coming to you people. That is why you people will come to the station every day. Now he's down. It is your turn. It is your turn. You take your telephone and just ask your call Israel. Israel, you get all the problem. Israel, Israel. And you assure you, talk to your calmly. Make sure that something happens. So he's down now. And some of you came to the station this morning. You're not hearing Israel. Israel is sick because of the pressure, the tension, the worry to make sure that something happens for you people. So you want to call him, you want to sympathize in me debale only because I have people can understand how most people, it simply means to show concern. Yeah, that's what it means. Yeah. So you want to call Israel too now and say sorry. You want to just show that concern. That all he needs, not necessarily that he needs money from you. No, just to say we heard of your illness, we call to sympathize, to say sorry. That alone, that it is a medication in itself. When you show concern for people, helping them to come out of their illness, it is a medication in itself. It brings relief. It strengthens the person. It gives the person the hope and courage as he takes the medicine as prescribed by the doctor. Yes. So y'all want to do that. That's it. So we wish Israel well. Hope that he's in tomorrow as he is undergoing medical treatment. That's the reason he couldn't be here today. He's not faring well at all. So we have to sit in for him. Thank you. That's all the time we've got for. Let's talk about it on Kings 88.5. June 9th, the day the lawmakers are going to court or will be arraigned before the court. Or just so you know, the police IG, let me leave this with you. The police IG said that Priscilla Cooper will be in court today, that she wasn't released to her lawyer to go. She wasn't set free. It's only because the lawyer said that she wasn't feeling well. 1, 2, there is no cell for a female. They could not mix her up with the men. So she was released to her lawyer. But she will be in court today. And watch out for what Senator Augustine Chie said. Don't be surprised when Priscilla Cooper is used to testify against Fonati Kofa and the rest of the guys. He is surmising that Priscilla Cooper was put in there at a time they will use her to testify against Fonati Kofa and the rest of the guys. So thank you. That's all the time. They think we are stupid. They think we don't have sense. They think we are not scarred. Thank you. This is how we go home on. Let's talk about it on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. Hopefully, your usual presenter, Israel Boy will be back tomorrow. Let's hope that he recovers soon. Please pray for him also. And those of you who have his number, you can call him and wish him well. I'm Sam Andrews. Oh, what's going on? Too many things happy behind the scene. Okay, this is how we go